Alright people, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when I upload the next video and you'll be supporting my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Every time I upload a new video, I'll be tweeting. Horizon Channel Reaction. This is Morrowind Unbiased review. This is unexpected. This is by the channel Dovahhatty. I guess he's been struggling with which topic to choose, or maybe it's just expanding. I don't know. But yeah, Dovahhatty's Roman review that I did still on my channel was just incredible. That was the first history video of Rome that I ever watched, and it was an unbiased one, I guess. It was just, yeah, it was fucking awesome. And then I did the Justinian. I guess he stopped doing the Justinian one. He made 2 videos. Then in the latest one, I guess he made a video about Israel or something. Yeah, I couldn't react to that, right? Yeah, because I don't know how YouTube will take that. YouTube already gave me strike for a video that is already on YouTube, but decided that my video had an issue. So I wasn't going to take a risk with that. So yeah, I guess it's about Morrowind. Yeah, one thing is damn sure that, any fictional things, YouTube's going to be fine with it, and I guess Dovahhatty is going to have fun. So let's watch it. I love Elder Scrolls. I'm a fan of Elder Scrolls. I remember playing Morrowind. Don't remember much of storyline. I was a kid. I remember Oblivion, that storyline, and definitely remember Skyrim's one. But Morrowind obviously being one of the best game ever. I remember, just traveling everywhere, right? And never fast traveling because it was not a thing in the game. So let's watch this one.
Imagine a perfect land, where foreigners are called the N-word, giant insect eggs are the main diet, and inferior beasts are made to serve their elven masters, dying by the thousands as they struggle to make breakfast. Morrowind, released 20 years ago, is the tale of a superior race of dark elves, who with the blessing of the true goddess Azura, struggle for dominance against filthy humans, heretics, atheists, and worst of all, furries. You explore the island of Vadernfell in trying times. The barbaric human empire has taken over the land. A tribunal of 3 self-proclaimed gods usurped Azura's place, and another god plots under a demonic volcano. You start off as a prisoner of the empire, long incarcerated for hate crimes against beasts. You are set free by the emperor, who discovers you're an ancient hero's reincarnation, prophesied by Azura to unite the dark elves, expel all foreigners, Inwas, and cast down the false gods, including Dovahhatty, your past life's best friend, now returned to life and plotting to slaughter the tribunal gods, establish divine rule, and lead the dark elves in a genocidal jihad against all other races. So then, why is he the villain? He worships the wrong god. As you play, you learn the majestic lore that pervades everything, including about how the original Dark Elves, the not so dark, battled the Dwarves, a race of atheist intellectuals that mocked religion, who tried to use a dead god's heart to build a giant mecha god of their own with magic tools. You and Dagov led a jihad against them, making the desperate dwarves strike the heart to attain divinity, but instead vanishing from existence.
As far as I remember watching certain lore videos about Elder Scrolls. When it comes to dwarves, it's not that they don't believe in God. It's like other type of thing. Like they wanted to be God or something like that, right? That's where they tried to do like he said and try to become God or something and vanished. That is an epic thing all around watching that. Because when you play Skyrim, you come across all these Dwarven ruins and they're just ruins, right? In the massive contraptions and different robots and shit, spider robots, and this is just like a remnants left from an entire civilization. No dwarves around, which is awesome knowing how, the dwarves used to be a thing in one of the older games. That's just awesome.
Existence. It was then your friend, wife, and counselor murdered you, killed Dagov to get the tools, and used the hearts to become gods. Azura, in her rage, she punished Morrowind's elves in the cruelest way for a racist society. She darkened their skin. Centuries later, Dagov returned with divine powers and cut off the tribunal from the heart's power, invading the dreams of sleeping dark elves to make them walk around at night shielding his cult. Also spreading a blight throughout the land that makes all infected his loyal immortal minions. But driven insane by the heart's power, not only did he forget how to stand still, but his blight also turns people into the very animals he swore to destroy. Once contracted, the disease quickly spreads, turns you into a mindless zombie, and before long, you're an abomination. This blight is why we can't explore the rest of Morrowind. The island is under quarantine. Set free to stop Dagoth, you're forced to cooperate with the endless Inuas around you, get stronger, and start drinking. The beauty of Morrowind.
This is that one, right? That one quest. Not one quest, one encounter.
The island is under quarantine. Set free to stop Dagoth, you're forced to cooperate with the endless
this one. I think this is I don't think this is in Skyrim. Wait a minute, is it in Skyrim? I'm pretty sure this is in Oblivion and also Morrowind. Somebody who's trying to, I guess, take a flight or try to do levitation or something, always gets shoot up and fall down like that.
Was around you, get stronger, and start drinking. The beauty of Morrowind is not just in its difficulty or unique landscape, but in the freedom it gives the player. Right out of the gate, you're free to abuse the alchemy system and get rich overnight. Every challenge Morrowind throws at you will be answerable with the stacks of potions you then possess. Low health? Potion. Low magicka? Potion. Low intelligence? Bottles up. With my vast wealth I trained my skills, bought spells, and even made my own. By the time I left Caldera, there were 5 gods in Morrowind. As the Nerevarine, you're guided by Chaos, and Inwa
Yeah, that's the best thing about Elder Scrolls. You can become a fucking god, even in Skyrim. Holy shit. With all the alchemy, abusing alchemy, to abuse enchanting, to abuse smith making. Overall, you come across a fucking, equipment of Daedric weapons by the end that you just one-shot a fucking dragon. Every time somebody tries to fight you, you just take damage and press one key and auto animation starts of killing. That is just badass. You can become gods in every Elder Scrolls.
Agent that spends the entire game shoved inside his shitty house, shirtless, telling you what to do. After letting me recover in his bed, I got attacked by an assassin, then another one, and Chaos just stood there watching. When I got back from doing his job for him, one of the corpses was gone. When searching for it, I found bottles of skooma everywhere, a drug made from illegal crystals produced in the jungles and deserts beyond the southern border, smuggled north by foreign criminals for their profit and pleasure. Once caught, they are put in cages and forced to make something else. Despite the nearest officer being nose deep in it, you won't find bigger imperial shills than House Halalo. Spineless, submissive rats that bend over to Inwa occupation all for the sake of profit. Traitors to Dark Elf tradition, they advocate commerce, multiculturalism, and will blatantly discuss abolition in casual conversation. Were it up to them, the beasts would roam free, they would flood into the country, and Morrowind would be doomed to a future of equal rights, drugs, and foreign names.
Oh god, only Noah can diss out this kind of a disrespect all around. I like how the lizards thing they show for the lizard race. They were roaming around everywhere.
Among the Outlanders in their ranks is Crassus Curio, the Halalo master that in the main quest will only agree to help you, the prophesized hero, after a 1,000 gold bribe or a deep kiss. He's the degenerate that wrote the lusty Argonian maid. Unlike its plebeian successors, Morrowind demands skill. All attacks, physical or magical, are determined by your stats and probability. If you build up an elf wizard and try to kill a rat with a knife, you won't. There's no quest markers or fast travel. If you're too dumb to deduce where the game wants you to go, then guess what? There's no regeneration either. You restore resources by resting, and if you picked the Atronax sign like you should, magicka only goes down. Found magic boots that make you faster than a snail? It also makes you blind. Try to go swimming instead? You get jumped by piranhas. Truth is, the whole island is filled with treacherous maggots that will strike you at the first opportunity. But enough of House Halalo. Venturing north, you'll find the Ashlanders, tribes of fundamentalist desert nomads shunned by heretic society for their adherence to the true faith. All around them you'll find atheist ruins, guarded by the leftover works of their long-gone masters free for appropriation. Same goes for caves filled with ghosts, demons, and poor people. Adventuring through these lands breaks lesser, potionless players. For example, one of the enemies, Bone Walkers, have an effect than nuclear strength. Strength dictates carry weight. Low strength means low carry weight. Low carry weight means you can't move. Morrowind's harsh reality is all that House Radoran says they live for.
If you compare Morrowind with Skyrim, Skyrim sometimes feels walk in the park, right? Because of all the ease of access thing that was done. Obviously fast travel is one of them, but that's not all. All the balancing, like in this you can fail a spell. You can't fail a spell in Skyrim, right? If you have mana, that's it. You can just spell cast the shit out of everything. So many things that makes Skyrim very easy compared to Morrowind, right? Even the quest things, like you really have to pinpoint where to go. There is no fast travel, right? If you want to go one part of the map to other, holy shit, it's a long fucking walk. Overall, Morrowind was pretty extreme.
LARPing as the military traditionalist types, they never do anything to stop the imperial or heretic agenda. For all their talk of ancestral pride, they are all too happy to do whatever the hell the Emperor or Vivek tells them to. The only of the tribunal false gods in the base game, Vivek has achieved Kim, an enlightened state of being that entails realizing you live in a fake reality dreamt by an unknowable eldritch creature. Using his divine and dev powers, he formed a religion around.
So that's what Kim is, alright. You live in a bullshit reality made by Bethesda Game Studios. Thought about the culprit, everything. I hope there is a in next Elder Scrolls game you can achieve Kim, and after achieving Kim, suddenly everything gets revealed, everything turns away, reality turns away, and in the end there is that image of Thor, the Jesus image of Thor, like, behold, this is all me.
Himself, stopped a mad god's meteor just to turn it into a re-education camp, wrote poetry secretly admitting to his treachery, and failed to stop the Inuas from conquering Morrowind. In the peace treaty, all he could get was some provincial autonomy, cause the Emperor, using his own enlightenment, knew that not doing so would bring up the
This is the funniest shit. Your enemy runs towards you and you backstep and you're still faster than them. That is the most ridiculous thing. All the games that does that is always chuckles me up, like, what the fuck, you are just backstraight and you're faster than them.
indescribable hell of making Telvanni wizards pay taxes. House Telvanni is not a house. It's a loose partnership of ANCAP elder mages that use their power to do whatever they want. When you join them, all they'll say is that might makes right. When two Telvanni wizards have a dispute, the strongest argument is decided by whoever manages to kill the other. You can float up to a random Telvanni tower, call the wizard's mother a fat Argonian whore, and after killing him, his servants, and taking his stuff, if you tell all about it to your superior, he'll get angry and ask you what the hell are you doing in his property. Levitation is not optional. Telvanni don't bother with stairs or those who need them. Many of them older than the false gods by hundreds of years, Telvanni elders don't care about them, anyone else, and much less you. While the world is threatened by a
as far as I remember, in the Elder Scrolls world, isn't levitation a crime? Something like that, right?
crazy deity, one elder is kidnapping rather noble girls for blackmail, another is a mad woman demanding her slaves to harvest impossible quotas of eggs to decorate her tower with, tasking you to go kill them all when they start revolting, and one a 4,000-year-old genius that cloned himself a harem of multiple daughter wives, keeping the last living dwarf as a pet in his mushroom dungeon. Notice the lack of Dagoth sleepers in Telvanni lands? Unlike other houses, Telvanni have strong wills. Their hatred of others serves them, not the other way around. Case in point, Telvanni enslave all races, including dark elves. If you're so weak and pathetic you got yourself enslaved, then you deserved it. As you advance in such factions, you rise in rank and get your own house. For the Telvanni, it's all about fungus. To build it, you gotta fill 2 rocks with a soul each. One I filled with a noble Kwama worker, and the other with Vivek. By the time you forcefully retired all of your superiors and bought the entire slave market to watch them fight to the death in the deep mines underneath your mushroom tower, you know you're ready for the endgame. Yeah, using everything you've learned, you carve your way through the hordes of
I love how you use the dance of Washington events. That's the image you think of then. Now I got it.
Furry Dagoth worshippers, many of them too far gone to be saved. In the final confrontation, Dagoth asks you if you would have joined him had he asked nicely, explaining the greatness he would bring Morrowind, the atrocities we would commit together, and his plan to, quote, drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire from Morrowind. But during development, Bethesda had to ditch the ideal of letting you join Dagoth's side. They made the calculations and realized that giving such a great evil ending to a game already so full of soul, it would drive everyone that played their latter games into suicide. And that people don't like.
Yeah, but it won't work, would it? Because how would you make Oblivion, right? Because all the stories are kind of in the one world, it carries over, right? What happened in Morrowind, you can feel it in Oblivion and Skyrim. If you can become an evil and just conquer everything's... How is it, like, what? They're just gonna say another hero rose up and killed the hero from the Morrowind or something? I mean, that just feels weird. I guess that's why they removed, like, because of continuity.
Games, they make them. By destroying the heart and defeating Dagoth, both his and the Tribunal's powers are cut off. Morrowind is saved from heresy, but doomed to the even worse fate of the Dreamer's sequels. In the end, we weren't so different, Dagoth and I. We both achieved godlike powers, appropriated dwarven technology for ourselves, and hated everyone that doesn't look like us. Dagoth's problem being that no one looks like him. 2 decades later and Morrowind is still a masterpiece. Play it and experience far more, like a rapist Daedra, a quest where attempting suicide is the correct answer, and the DLCs, where you deal with your whore wife. Have fun modding. This video was sponsored by House Dovahhatty, private donators funding this video with their slave trade profits and neighbors' property. Azura bless them all. See you Inwas next time.
Man, I love Morrowind, I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember much of storyline, but some of them, when I saw this, kind of, clicked in my mind, like, oh, I remember that. Overall story, I don't remember it. I hope, Bethesda or somebody else basically remakes Morrowind into some engine, because right now, I don't know, but playing with this kind of graphics is hard for me, right? Because I remember, Morrowind has a bit of clunky controls too in a way compared to the newer engines. I don't know, it would be hard, I think, for me to enjoy. Somebody makes it in a newer engine, right? Like in a Skyrim's engine, Fallout 4's engine, Creation engine, whatever that is. If somebody's trying to remake it, right, as far as I remember, but they are nowhere near finished. So I don't know. Until somebody remakes it, I can't play it. But yeah, Morrowind, basically the best Elder Scrolls that people tell me that this is literally the best one. I know that this is where the lore of Elder Scrolls began. Some guy, Todd, and some people basically created the Elder Scrolls lore before Morrowind. So but in this game, when the first time people played it, obviously the experience was ridiculous, because previous game did not have all this detail in it. All these things started with the Morrowind, and then it just got expanded in Oblivion. Like, holy shit, even Oblivion is great. That's why Skyrim was such a hit, because people already had Morrowind and Oblivion in their mind. And now Skyrim, come on. And obviously some of the features that became ease of access, people bitched about it. Like, okay, this is not like Morrowind, this is not like Oblivion, right? But overall Skyrim was great. But so knowing that how Bethesda goes with the track of making things easier, how Fallout 4 was barely an RPG game, even if it was. Next Elder Scrolls I'm a bit scared about, but I hope it's just fine. At least it's like Skyrim, if not like Morrowind. But yeah. Right, well, that was the Unbiased review. I hope he does Oblivion and Skyrim too. He should do more of a game series, because his unbiased reviews are untouched by any, right? Nobody does things great like him. Right, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction, there's a link in the description. Check out the cards over different places, check out the ink cards. And yeah, comment down if you want me to react to any specific video. Not gonna do the Israel one, don't even ask. I'm too scared. Yeah, I'll see you next time.